Houston, Texas. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. We'll see Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans taking on Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. This will make it into the end zone. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. And here comes Ben Roethlisberger out onto the field ready to lead the Steeler offense.
We talk so often about his physical attributes. Of course, the Big Ben nickname, his ability to take hits in the pocket, his ability to extend plays and get outside of the pocket. But how about this for efficiency? Top 10 in career NFL passer rating. He's one of the top 5 winningest quarterbacks in NFL history. That's pretty darn good.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Now 2nd and 10 at the 25.
They'll run for the first time with James Conner. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And this is going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Taken in at the 22. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. Leading them out is their quarterback, the former 12th overall pick. Some refer to him as the natural, Deshaun Watson. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 37. He's back to throw here to start the drive. And he'll get this underneath to David Johnson. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a...
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down.
I like the footwork back there, and I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Fresh off the pick six, it's Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And they'll be inside the red zone with the ball at the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Roethlisberger. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
2nd and 6. The 11-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
Chase Claypool
There to make the grab. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early, give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 30.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson.
And this will be a Texans 1st down as good running gets him to about the 44.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams that just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's
David Johnson on his way. Touchdown, Houston. David Johnson, 44 yards. And the Texans draw a bit closer.
Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's David Johnson who provides the capper as he scores on the touchdown run.
Kaimi Fairbairn with the kickoff for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense.
And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A gain of 6 there on first.
2nd and 4.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Gary Conley. This was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And that is incomplete. Devin Bush, the linebacker, was the one there in pass coverage. And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. They will indeed snap it to Watson. Open man, the tight end fails. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 19 yards on the play. And they're able to move the chains as they convert on 4th and long. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. First down carry here for Johnson. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And this one's incomplete.
The name of the game, as always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the second interception in the first half.
The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on.
A 42-yard attempt.
They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. Getting set to go again, Ben Roethlisberger heading back out there. And what do you think's going through his head right now? Your team's winning, but you're not having it. Probably affects you even when your team is up.
You don't want anyone else to know it, but I think you're right. It bothers a quarterback because they always want to be the one to lead their team to victory with their play as well as their words. And in this case, he's got something he can fall back on. He's contributed, yet at the same time he's thrown an interception. Got to remember the bottom line, though. They're winning, so he knows if he plays better, they might be winning by more.
And it's only the second quarter, so he's got some time. Trying to get the first with Samuels. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
On 2nd down, Samuels. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a game considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And he will have a Steelers first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. On third down, Roethlisberger. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up fourth down.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. It's like, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. A give, the first man through, Gillespie of the fullback. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. On 2nd and 7, Watson. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a third down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now Watson. He's letting it fly for Cooks. That's caught at the 25. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 39. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports halftime report. We just watched a very good first half out of the veteran QB, Ben Roethlisberger. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to read the second half. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. This will make it into the end zone, and the half will begin with a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week on our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to. And if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up 4th down. Yeah, before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. No move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. From the gun, here's Watson. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Bill O'Brien rolls the dice, but to no avail. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. So that's the 2nd time this game they've given it up on 4th down. They're now 1 for 3 on 4th down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on 4th down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually, you have 4th down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go, and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Here's Roethlisberger. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now it's Roethlisberger. And now another one thrown incomplete. I don't know, he had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus. You know?
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's
you got to stay with it.
That's true. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Houston set to take over.
And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
We'll see what his offense can do. And he rifles one incomplete. They were searching for the tight end, Darren Fells. And it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
A shotgun snap for Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
Well, one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play Never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
From the 45 on second down, Watson. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
Well, that was something to behold there. You might expect runs like that from a kick returner or wide receiver, but that's your quarterback hitting top speed.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the draw, here's Johnson.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Houston. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter.
2nd and 5 from the 8.
Again, it's Johnson. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. And it's caught. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest.
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Deshaun Watson keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game.
I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this.
And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
He'll throw from the gun.
And a loose football. And the Texans scoop it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Following the fumble recovery, Watson. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag.
Offense.
Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
Throwing on third down, Watson. Throw left side, complete. That's Johnson. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be fourth down.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it. They're happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And they really need to forget about their last time out, the turnover that led to a field goal. So now they try to regroup, trailing in the final quarter. Obviously, they'd love a touchdown, but 3 would suffice. Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
At the 30-yard line.
Looking sideline, incomplete.
Incomplete on the throwaway.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Now Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Well, they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They go to Johnson again. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Watson again, this is Johnson. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. So Big Ben and the Steelers now down 20-14. Just over a minute 40 to play. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. This would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Well, that one really could have turned this thing upside down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Roethlisberger. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The sack there by J.J. Watt. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
On the option, here's Watson.
And they can't bring him down. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And to anyone who gets concerned when they see a quarterback running with the football, you just let him be himself. Let him be him. And I guess what you'd say there is hard to hit what you can't catch.
And his top speed, as computed by Next Gen Stats, not bad. He was pushing 20 miles an hour. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. A crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed.
They'll take over 1st down and goal at the 7-yard line.
Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. This to make it a 2-score game. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.